Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, we're going to talk about a lot of different topics. And that's because a lot has happened in the crypto space, in the macro space in general. And I haven't posted a video in over 3.5 weeks now. And that's because I've been putting in so many hours for my 9-to-5 job. And honestly, it was fine because I got a promotion out of it. Very thankful, but in the future, I'm gonna have more disposable income to put into stablecoins/crypto. So I'm very thankful for the promotion. But anyway, this is gonna be a very comprehensive video. I'm gonna try to make it short and sweet. And for any of you guys that are super busy out there, I'm gonna put time lapse in the description down below so you can just click on that. And also, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. I'm really trying to target that 1,000 subscriber mark. I'm thankful that I finally hit 300. All right, so first off, we're just gonna do a quick update on my passive income/crypto portfolio. Again, for any of you guys that have been following me now for these last few months, I've been really loading crypto.com and Blockfi, and more recently Celsius. Obviously right now, my favorite app out of the three, Blockfi, crypto.com, and Celsius, I love crypto.com the most just because it's the most comprehensive app. I have a debit card that goes with it. I can earn really big gains on stable coins as well as buy a lot of different crypto assets. So in terms of the three, my favorite is crypto.com, but I do use three just to sort of mitigate my counterparty risk. When I first started crypto.com, I didn't have much assets there, but the more I got to know the company, the more I got to know the team, I slowly started to load more assets into crypto.com. When I first started, I only had like $45 a month of passive income. Now, August recently ended, and that $45 a month of passive income just grew to more recently $169 of passive income via crypto.com. Definitely happy with that growth, and I do have to thank crypto.com token. That 18% interest definitely is helping out. With Blockfi, it's a pretty steady growth. I had a pretty big allocation in general the month of April on Blockfi, but then I slowly increased it a little bit for the month of July and August, all the way up to $192 of passive income in Blockfi. And finally, Celsius. I'm not really focused on Celsius right now. I do believe in Alex and his team that Celsius will do well. Yeah, I just don't spend too much time putting a lot of my assets into Celsius right now. In the month of July and April, I barely made $2. With regard to stable coins, my strategy is to hold a lot of stable coins, especially nowadays with the crypto market sliding. It's basically having a mini bear market. Now, I'm not going to say we're going to go into a multi-year bear market again like we did in 2018. Definitely a very big buying opportunity for any of you guys that want to buy more crypto. A lot of my stable coins I hold in crypto.com because crypto.com provides me 12% interest on my stable coins, whereas Blockfi provides me 8.6%. I'm a green card holder, so I have 10,000 CRO tokens. With that, I'm able to get 12% passive income on my stable coins. I believe if you have the red card or below, or if you don't have any cards, I believe the most you can get is 10%. If you have a card right above me that I see white, and then the pink card, that one you can actually get 14% passive income on your stable coin. Quick high level in Bitcoin price, just tested $10,000 again. I haven't seen Bitcoin at 10,000 in like the last few weeks. Imagine where we've come since April. As you see here guys, April, $8,600 close, May, 94, June, we dipped a little bit, 91. July, 11,300. August, 11,600. Slowly, month by month, the price is slowly increasing. I think this dip is very temporary, especially US elections is coming up the 3rd of November. Do you really think that Donald Trump is gonna let the stock market plummet like that? I am very confident that we're gonna have another stimulus. There's gonna be a lot of money printing that goes on between now and elections. And as a result, stock market will go up and this will prop up the crypto market. Again, we'll talk more about that later on in the video. Just a quick update guys on the strategy of my dollar cost averaging. Still going into the market, even though I hold a pretty decent stack. I'm not happy with my stack. I think between now and when Bitcoin hits $20,000, for me, that's a buying opportunity. If you ask me, France, like when are you gonna stop buying crypto? Like when are you just gonna quit and just watch your profits grow? Assuming everything goes well, I'm just gonna keep dollar cost averaging into the market between stablecoins, Bitcoin, and several other alts, which we'll talk about later, until Bitcoin price hits $20,000. Now, like my strategy, guys, every week I always inject money into stablecoin. For me, guys, like I don't even rely on FDIC insurance anymore. In my opinion, that's just sort of an insurance for bank runs. Again, I'm more of a liberal thinker. They sort of tell you in the banks, yeah, you know, leave your money in the banks, your cash is safe in the banks, you know, it's FDIC insured. But for me, my stablecoins in crypto.com or Blockfi or Celsius is just as safe as putting them into into banks. Again, that's because I rely heavily on the team. I trust the team. So that's what crypto is, guys. It's a matter of trust. I trust the team in BlockFi. They're about to go IPO, hopefully by next year, into the public markets. I trust the team in crypto.com. Now, I'm not very aggressive into buying, oh yeah, just put in all my disposable income into crypto. Definitely not, because I am still trying to increase my stablecoin stack, especially in times like this. With this recent dip, I am considering maybe allocating some of my stablecoins into the crypto market. I'll definitely be studying the charts over this weekend. I definitely do foresee maybe a potential deflationary environment, maybe after the election, sometime in Q1 of 2021. That is why I hold stablecoins. I want buying opportunities. If we ever see Bitcoin at $9,000 again, for sure I'm gonna load a lot of my stablecoins. But at these prices, I'm just buying like normal, guys. I've already made a video about this, guys, on what I use to sort of inject liquidity into crypto.com. But right now, what I'm currently doing is I'm using Cash App. Again, I have a link down below for that. I'm not sponsored by them, but would greatly appreciate it if you guys don't have Cash App and want to use my link. Would greatly appreciate that. And I use two different banks. I use Sophie and Chase. And why? Because Sophie and Chase doesn't charge you fees for wiring money. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, they all do that. They charge you fees for wiring money into crypto.com, so I don't like using them. All right, next thing I want to talk about, guys, is DeFi. Now, there's been a lot of DeFi hype since the global pandemic of March 2020, and after the Fed just started printing a lot of money, the DeFi space just went bananas. As for me, I'm definitely slowly jumping into the DeFi hype. One real world example, guys. So Aave lending protocol lets you tokenize your real estate. So imagine this, guys. If you were to go to your bank, hey JP Morgan, I have a house in the US and I want to use it as collateral so I can buy more Bitcoin. There's no way they're going to let you do that. But now with the Aave lending protocol, if you have a house and let's say you're pretty much almost paid off, you can tokenize that, like whatever your equity is. Obviously, guys, if you have negative equity, you can't do that. But if you have positive equity, let's say you had $100,000 equity in your house and you want to tokenize that, use that equity, you can use that equity to buy assets like stocks, Bitcoin, gold, silver, like whatever you want, right? Just because of the Aave lending protocol. So in terms of DeFi, I definitely see this really lasting for the next decades, guys. Another example is Uniswap. Uniswap is a decentralized exchange. What I love about Uniswap is that they don't really discriminate you based on your project. You can be a small startup company. Like let's say you want to start up a company and you need liquidity. You can just list your token into Uniswap and you'll get liquidity that way. Right now in the traditional space, if you have a startup company, it's extremely hard to get liquidity. Even if you wanted to get liquidity via debt, it's extremely hard. But with the Uniswap platform, the Uniswap exchange, you can be any startup you want, right? You can start any business you want. And you need money, you need liquidity, you just list your token into Uniswap and you can get liquidity that way. One major variation that I love about Uniswap, they don't discriminate whether you're an accredited investor or like an average Joe like me. For example, right, like look at the IPOs of the world, like the Ubers, like the Lyft. If you're not an accredited investor, if you're not big bank, you can't participate in like the Class A shares of these stocks. By the time you're able to buy stocks of Uber or Lyft, you're basically buying leftovers. With Uniswap, as soon as a startup lists their company to go public, as an average Joe investor, like let's say you can only put in $100 into this company and you really support it, you're really bullish about this company, you can just throw your $100 into a startup company. It wasn't until 2020 that I became extremely bullish with DeFi in general. So right now, my primary DeFi play is Ethereum. My Ethereum allocation is about 15% of my portfolio. I have an insignificant portion into Kyber network. I love the fact that they're burning their tokens. Again, we're not going to discuss too much details into this video. Kyber network and as well as MakerDAO. Those are the two DeFi protocols that I slowly got into. Obviously Ethereum, right? If you're bullish into DeFi, you got to be bullish into Ethereum. So that's why a big portion of my portfolio is into Ethereum, because everything is built on Ethereum. If you don't support Ethereum, how do you support DeFi? Okay, so next news, guys, I'm going to talk about my crypto.com allocation. All right, guys, so right now my crypto.com allocation is approaching 10% of my portfolio. Now, I'm not hating on crypto.com. I love the company long term. I'm bullish. I plan to keep my green card. I love my green card. I plan to keep that forever if I can. I feel like I have too much exposure into crypto.com. Now, the only two coins that I would want exposure over 10% with is Bitcoin and Ethereum. But unfortunately for crypto.com, I have 10% exposure. So I would like to get that down to more like 5%. Let me show you guys this chart right here of CRO to BTC. Let me pull it up real quick. All right, guys, so just take a look at this chart, right? Even with the massive dump that we have, we've come a long way between the CRO to BTC ratio. Obviously, CRO and BTC both went up since the global pandemic crash of March of 2020. But in terms of who went up faster, Crypto.com token went up faster against Bitcoin. I do want to profit take CRO tokens, but unfortunately, a lot of my CRO is locked up, which will be unlocked in about 20 days. I have some that's going to be unlocked in October. I have some that's going to be unlocked in November. So I'm going to dump that into other tokens that I believe is undervalued against Bitcoin. So for me, I'm not a Bitcoin maximalist, but I think Bitcoin is the standard. I always value my portfolio against Bitcoin. If something is getting way overvalued against Bitcoin, I definitely want to profit take into Bitcoin, or I profit take into other altcoin plays that are undervalued that I believe have fundamentals. So I'll show you guys that in a bit. So for example, right now, Crypto.com only requires a 1.7x, all right guys, so 1.7x from its CRO to BTC ratio to hit all-time highs. That's definitely good, but for me, I look for something like a 2x. CRO token's giving me 18% passive income. If I give that up, I'm giving up 18% locked in returns. But so many plays out there where 18% passive income, I'll gladly give up for massive capital appreciation. Okay, so let's look at this Ethereum to Bitcoin ratio right now, just to compare to the CRO to BTC ratio. So at its all-time peak in June of 2017, right when the ICO craze was happening, the all-time peak, we would still need a 3.76x to get to the Ethereum to BTC all-time high. For CRO to BTC ratio, it only requires a 1.76x to get to the all-time high. Whereas here, Ethereum, there's a lot of price history, a lot of price actions. Ratio, I would require a 3.76x, so a 2x difference. In terms of capital appreciation, I would definitely look at projects like this. So Ethereum to BTC. All right, guys, so another example here is Kyber Network. Now, again, the all-time high over here at the far left of the graph, it's very thin, right? So I'm not going to count that. So I'm going to count this all-time high in February 2018. With that all-time high, right, and at the current price that we are at today, we would need a 3.1x to get to Kyber Network price. Now, you might be asking, well, for Ethereum, I need a 3.7x to get to all-time high, but for Kyber, it's only a 3x. Should I just buy Ethereum instead of Kyber? Well, there's one caveat. Ethereum is a very large market cap. It'll take a lot of capital to move Ethereum price. I'm not saying that Ethereum can't go up to $3,000, $5,000. For sure it can once mass adoption kicks in. Let's look at the market cap difference, guys. So for Ethereum, Ethereum has a market cap of $44 billion with a B. Kyber has a market cap of less than 300 million. I am also factoring in market cap, moving the price of KNC in US dollar terms. KNC has more sort of a bang, right? If Ethereum was sort of the gold of DeFi, Kyber Network, MakerDAO, Amplify, these are all the silver of DeFi. All right, guys, so I think I've rambled on enough. If you guys like this video, definitely would appreciate it if you guys give me a thumbs up below. And, you know, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'm really trying to push for 1,000 subs. Thank you guys that are subscribers right now. You definitely make my day. And for just commenting on my videos, guys, I read those comments. I know I haven't been responding to my comments in a very timely manner, but, you know, moving forward from now on, I plan to spend at least a couple of days a week answering to my comments down below, because I know that you guys that comment on my video, you guys are the driving force to my YouTube channel. So definitely thank you guys for that.